Usain Bolt 100 The men's final, Rio 2016. What time is this Emil and final and where can you watch it? When is the men's 100 ms Emil final and final? You might want some caffeine handy for this one, just in case the prospect of this race alone isn't enough to keep you up. The gun will sound on Bolt's Emil final at 1 a.m. in the morning all times BST Monday, August 15th. And should he win that, the final starts at 2:25 am. Usain Bolt will be attempting to be the first man to win 3 back-to-back Olympic 100 m titles. The win would earn him his 7th Olympic gold, and take him one step closer towards managing the treble. To do it, he'll have to beat Justin Gatlin, the fastest man in the world this year, as well as 6 of the quickest men on the planet. It's going to be a doozy. Usain Bolt's career so far, in 90 seconds. Rio found an easy way to boost the attendance at athletics. Unleash Usain Bolt. The #1 star in world sport brought the Olympic Stadium to life after an ominously poor turnout on Friday. And that was just for his 100 m first-round heat, which he won in an ambulatory 10.07 seconds despite feeling kind of slow. This arena, which had seemed so lifeless on Friday, erupted in cheers as Bolt appeared for Heat 7. Even his warm-up jog drew squeals. Halfway down the track he applauded his audience, so they chanted his name as if he were a Brazilian No. 10. Back at the start, Bolt spread his arms to receive their adoration and gave them the easy win they craved. Then many headed for the exits before the 8th and final heat could be run. So Bolt's power to mesmerize is on full show again as he defends his triple crown of 100 m, 200 m and 4x100 m titles for a third straight games. Rio, you can be sure, is his kind of town, though he was no less in tune with his admirers in London 4 years ago. His personality casts a spell over crowds and his invincibility at championships feels like the world's greatest live theater, even if it lasts less than 10 seconds, and is clouded by doubt about his sport. Bolt played down this opening display. It wasn't the best start. I felt kind of slow, he said. I'm not used to running this early at any championship. Hopefully tomorrow I'll come out and I'll feel much better, much smoother. In boxing they used to say you need a black hat fighter and a white hat fighter to really sell a big bout. A good guy and a bad egg. In the public's view, the Olympic 100 m will deliver that promoter's dream again when Bolt confronts Justin Gatlin on the start line in Rio. Not only Gatlin, of course, but the next wave, such as America's Traven Brunel. France's Jimmy Vicot, though, who had run 9.86 this season, looked to be in physical difficulty in Heat 4 and failed to make the semi-finals. Vicot has a habit of flaming out in championships. Gatlin, who has served 2 doping suspensions, but is somehow still a major player at the age of 34, must have a colossal mental block about Bolt's habit of starting slowly but then gliding past the field in the final 20 meters. Again and again Gatlin arrives at major championships running faster than the double Olympic champion. This season Gatlin has run 9.80 SECs compared to Bolt's 9.88 SECs. But who do you think will be psychologically and athletically tougher when the gun goes for the final? Gatlin was superbly rhythmic in winning his own first-round heat here in 10.01 seconds, and said afterwards, "The crowd was great. It's the culture in Rio to party. It's excitement. We're going to bring that to the track. I felt good. I think I'm going to have to run a bit faster than his season's best of 9.80 SECs to win this medal." At the World Championships in Beijing last year, the Bolt-Gatlin duel was even framed as a battle to save athletics. That was before the vast corruption scandal stretching to the top of the IAAF, and the casting out of Russia for running the state doping program. Against the backdrop of governing body and state corruption, the dishonesty of individual athletes loses some of its capacity to shock. Gatlin's first doping then in 2001 was for a drug he claimed had helped treat attention deficit disorder. His second, in 2006, was for excessive testosterone, which he blamed on sabotage by a therapist. It's hurtful. It's hurtful to be looked at as a villain because that's not how I portray myself. That's not how my son portrays me or my family, Gatlin says. Bolt meanwhile had already left a favorable mark on Rio, with his dance on stage with women dressed for a carnival. His parents have made the news too. His mother, Jennifer, took the Bolt story right back to the womb, telling reporters, "After 3 weeks he was pushing because he was so strong." From his earliest days, she recalled, "One day, I left him on the bed and when I came back he was close to falling off. So from here I was saying, what kind of child is he?" His father Wellesley joined in. "He's upbeat because he said it will be his last Olympics and he wants to go.